regardless of how they came into the situation that they are in. It's not their fault at all, and they need good, loving homes and parents that are even just going to be there for a few days or weeks, and depending on where it goes from there. You could have a foster for years. We initially got involved with Child and Family Charities when our family became alternate caregivers for a friend of mine that was in the adoption process.
So we didn't really know what we were doing at first. We were just winging it.
I always share my family story with people I talk to, and they always ask me at least 5 or 6 times on how many kids there really are. And I have to go through all of them, and they're like, "You have how many again?" I'm like, "I have 6 brothers and 2 sisters." They're like, "Oh God, that's a lot." I'm like, "I live with all of them too." So yeah, it's changed my perspective on life a lot, because seeing how we have 6 of them that needed homes, and knowing that there are a lot more that needs homes. And it's definitely showed me that there are people that actually do care.
Each one of my kids is different. They all have different personalities. They all have different traumas. Isaiah has endured more trauma than the other ones because he was the big brother. He had the weight of everything on his shoulders. He was the protector. But then you have Liliana that we've had since birth, Eli that we've had since birth. They have traumas as well. It might not be physical or emotional or anything like that, but they still have trauma. They still have things that have been stripped away from them that they had no control over. They've had therapy. They've done therapy at the Child and Family. They've, sent us to different places for different resources. Child and Family has been very supportive for us in the things that we've needed. You have to have amazing people with amazing hearts. It's a tough job. I say all the time that there's no way I could do what our workers do at all. The agency, they're attentive. They answer my questions. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. If she doesn't have the answer right that second, she'll give me the answer. It takes a village, and we definitely have that with Child and Family.
I came up to Florida looking to testify for my son, on my son's behalf, about the kids and everything. And what ended up happening is the state of Michigan removed them out of their care. And I was at my son's house at the time, and basically they removed everybody out the home, the mother, my son, as well as everybody out the home, and I was there. I had never experienced Michigan previously. I was scared, and I had 4 grandchildren in my care. I didn't know what a grocery store was. I didn't know anything, so I asked the people that removed the children, which was social services, for help, and they told me about the Family Growth Center. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know where I was. I was lost, and I had 4 children that the judge had put in my hands, and I had to go to court a lot, and I was able to put the kids in respite at the center there. I think the part that really got to me was the kindness too, and the love that they show. I get all choked up when I think about the service that was provided, because they provided resources and information about the community and where I could go get help. 2 of my boys are autistic. They embraced our family. They made sure we had Thanksgiving. They made sure we had Christmas, all the Christmas gifts, counseling, furniture if we needed it. If it wasn't for the services, I know we wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have been able to adopt my grandchildren. I didn't have the resources. I did not have the connections. I didn't have the support. I didn't know where I was going. They did a job well done, and I think that's the biggest thing I could say about that service, the Family Growth Center.
Since I can remember, I experienced violence at home. I was repeatedly abused, and I lived in fear and loneliness, and that just was not any way I wanted to continue to live my life. And so I reached out and asked for help. Coming from an unpredictable environment, I felt like I was just going to come into another unpredictable environment, and I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. I felt like I was putting my faith in strangers, and that's not an easy thing to do, especially when I didn't really have a plan B or something. My situation was validated. I felt heard. Like, the support that I had was just like, that just was nothing I've ever had. And so it was a little overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. They were definitely people who made a willingness to understand not only my experiences, but also like me as an individual. I just wasn't this girl who went through a traumatic experience and it led me here. I was this person that they wanted to see grow and do things that I talked about wanting to do. And they were willing and ready to support me in any way that they could. Right now I'm working as a sexual violence advocate, so wanting to be a therapist at some point as well, and just helping people heal and process what they've been through in a healthy way as well. I was definitely in a hopeless place that I'm not sure I would have stuck around much longer, so Gateway definitely gave me hope.